Welcome to the STARS program, seniors taking active roles in society. And now, here's your host, ANITA FINLEY.
I'm ANITA FINLEY, and of course, we are really doing our radio show. Even though we now have Facebook Live, we're doing that simultaneously. But Stewart Lowering, Director of Strategic Partnerships at Cruise.com, Host Agency Division, is our guest, and we're going to be able to hear everything that this magnificent organization does. And we're both exhausted after the BOOMER Expo, right?
The expo yesterday. Oh yeah.
Did you have
great.
A lot of good people?
Yeah, it was a great expo, I thought. So a lot of people.
Yeah, and you had a lot of interest there. I don't know. We were giving away something. I never found out what you were giving away.
Well, we were giving away a few things. We had some bags and stuff that were branded and things like that, but mostly we were giving away good information.
I was just going to ask you, what were people really asking?
Well, when folks come up, the first thing they're asking is, are you giving away a cruise? Because they see the name cruise.com. So we're like, well, we're not really giving away a cruise, but we can tell you how you can book a cruise. So we'll talk a little bit about booking cruises and how to do that sort of thing, whether in person or on our website, which is www.cruise.com. So, but actually we were there because we recruit independent contractors, folks who want to run their own business and sell cruises and cruise-related products. So we actually recruit people, and retirees and semi-retirees are some of our best folks to recruit, because we have quite a few of those spread around the country who actually, we bring them in, we teach them our technology, we train them, and let them run their own business from home, full-time, part-time.
You know, Stewart, when I first met you and you told me about this, I said to myself, that is the perfect thing for someone who's retired or just doesn't want to work full time, and there's so many benefits to them as well as making money. I think it's a win-win.
Yeah, it really is. And when I first went into that program a little over a year ago, most of our folks who were in the program as independent contractors were retirees or semi-retirees. So one of the things we try to do is expand beyond that too, is to actually add to our base of folks. So we're actually going into colleges now, and folks who come out with hospitality degrees, and maybe they have an interest in travel, but they didn't know exactly how to do it. Same with our retiree population. A lot of those folks cruise a lot. Yesterday at the trade show, I can count on fingers, your toes, and everybody else's, the number of people who walked up and said, I cruise a lot. I love cruising. I cruise a lot. So my question back, first thing I say is, where do you like to go and which ships do you like to cruise on? But then I say, well, have you ever thought about selling cruises and selling the whole package around cruises, tour deals, shore excursions, pre and post hotel stays? Because for a lot of folks, the cruise is not the only part of their vacation.
Yeah.
It's also, if I'm in a port somewhere, where am I gonna go? What can I do? So those are shore excursions. We sell those as well, and so do our independent contractors.
Wouldn't they worry that they're not capable of doing this? To them, it's a travel agent's mentality.
Do you mean the folks we bring in to sell? Oh,
yeah.
No, we're not going to put them out there selling until we are sure that they're comfortable doing that. In fact, this specific program, the one that I'm talking about, that's for people who've never sold travel before, the training is pretty intensive for that. We give them a lot of training, product training. What I call product training is learning about the cruise lines, learning what's on the ships. And we give them all the technical training, and we train them on how to sell the shore excursions and the pre and post hotel stays. They have all that information at their fingertips. And we're not going to put them out there until we're sure that they feel comfortable doing it. We train them very well and get them certified several different ways before they step out there.
And so a lot of these people, I have to assume, live in condominiums, and they have lots of friends. And is that their market? That's what they will go after? A
lot of folks, once again, if we're talking about retirees or what I call semi-retirees, folks who may be on the way to full retirement, a lot of them do. They're very socially involved, whether it's through their church or their synagogue or through their condo complex. I myself am an RVer. I have my RV at an RV resort, and there's a ton of folks there who full-time RV. and they know other RVers, and they're very socially involved. So typically what these folks will do is they will approach folks that they're involved with in these social events and stuff and say, hey, by the way, you like to cruise? Guess what? I'm selling cruises and cruise-related products now.
Okay, and so can they make a lot of money?
They can make, we have a whole range. I tell you, the cruise.com, their host agency, we call it the host agency division. That division hosts the independent contractors. We bring them in, we're their back office support. And we have people there that have been, since cruise.com's been around for years and years and years, we have independent contractors who've been there from the very beginning who do very, very well. So you can make a lot of money, or you can make a little bit of money, depending upon how much you put into it, how much you want to work. Some folks say, hey, you know what, if I book a couple of cruises during the course of the year and book one for myself or family members, then I'm fine with that.
That was my question, that let's say they don't want to sell, but they want to be able to get on the cruises free. Would they still want to do that?
Well, you can, just so you know, for people who are selling in this program, just like myself, if I book a cruise through my company and stuff, I get a reduced rate on it because I work for the company. The same for the agents. The folks who come in as independent contractors, they get a reduced rate. So for this, and they can do it for some of their immediate family members as well, especially if they're cruising and stuff with them. So, but there are parts of our training program with several of the cruise lines that if you complete their training program, which part of their training is incorporated into our training. If you finish it with the cruise line, they give away free cruises.
Okay, so this really, let's get down to what your perfect person is. Tell me about a couple of people you've recently hired and what they're like.
Well, we've hired a teacher, an actual teacher that from Miami-Dade school system, who is actually getting ready to retire. And what she's doing is she's preparing herself for her post-teaching duties. So she's getting her business set up. She's getting lists of potential clients together. And she is actually getting her business all ready to go. So when she retires, she is good to go. She's already starting to work some now because she has a little bit of time where she can do that. And because we don't require minimums or quotas for how much you sell, then she can get herself involved in the business at her own pace. We're not saying, oh my gosh, okay, we've brought you in, now you got to sell 12 cruises. We don't do that. We don't have any minimum. So she's a teacher. She's getting ready to retire.
Okay.
She's getting her business set up. We have a nurse as well. So, and because she works different shifts and works at different times and stuff, and she cruises a lot and she's very energetic, so she has set herself up to where on her off time, she's able to sell cruises and stuff on the side. She's doing very well, I might add. So, a lot of it has to do with before you go into the business is sitting down and making yourself a plan and making sure that you are aware that you probably know more people than you think, right, and that you work that into your casual conversations with folks wherever you meet them, and let them know that you are out there and that you're selling cruises. Lots of people cruise. And lots of people do other things besides cruise. So our agents can actually sell land packages and never sell a cruise. They can sell shore excursions. They don't have to sell the cruise because we offer all those other products along with cruising. They can sell different things even if they're not selling a cruise. And
So,
they're commissionable.
Yeah.
All those items are commissionable. You make money off of all of that.
So if I like trains, the big trains in the Great Northwest, so you're saying as a typical I would just say it's not typical anymore, but in travel agents, they could sell anything.
Yeah, basically what happens is that companies like cruise.com, we develop relationships with other companies that sell different forms of travel or hotels. Or shore excursions. So what happens is we develop these relationships. We bring those relationships into our relationships with our agents and our independent contractors, so that they're able to sell those products.
Okay, so if you had this nurse or you had the teacher and they wanted deal with a train company that does this. They don't have to just call them cold.
No.
Oh.
Like I said, we develop really with lots of travel companies that are very diverse in what they sell and stuff. So we have those products there and ready so they don't have to sit there and necessarily go out and try to find someone. So, and the other reason for that is because you want to get paid for that. So those relationships that Cruise.com has already developed with all these other types of travel groups, those are commissionable. So you want to sell those products that you're going to make some money off of.
So, Stewart, have you always loved to travel since you're a kid?
You know what? I have loved to travel. I had relatives in my family. Like I said, I'm an RVer, so I do a lot of land travel. But I had relatives growing up who actually owned campgrounds. So I actually, as a child, was able to actually go to campgrounds and look at the RV life, and I really did. I really did love that. So, but as I got older, I diversified into what I did. So you fly here, and with cruising, it's very similar. You can, even though you're going to cruise somewhere. So, like a couple years ago, I took a transatlantic cruise. Okay, I flew to Rome.
Wow.
And cruised back to Fort Lauderdale. Huh. So what I did though is I flew to Rome, and I stayed in Rome for a couple of days. And I got to, I'd never been to Rome before, so I got to go to the Vatican area, and I got to go a lot of eat lots of pasta. And so part of that cruise experience is also not just being on the ship. Yeah. You go to different ports, you get off on the ship, you can do excursions, or you can get off and do your own exploring. But like I said, from that little kid that started out just RVing in a little trailer, I've expanded my likes for different types of travel. If you love to travel, and if you like cruising and stuff, this is a really good thing for you, because you can put that excitement and that energy into getting other people to buy cruises and stuff from you, or other products around that.
And actually, let me just tell everybody again, I'm just going to give information about you again. We'll carry it away here. Stewart Lowery, Director of Strategic Partnerships at Cruise.com, Host Agency Division. The phone number for someone to call to do something with you would be what? I don't have it here.
Well, if they want to call, I tell you what, let's do this.
I have your cell.
They can they can call me directly, and I can get them to whoever the right person is.
So you want me to give your cell out?
I can. Well,
or
I have
another number.
Yes, I can give it to you. It's actually my office number and my extension.
Okay, why don't we do that? Why don't you?
Okay.
Tell everybody.
All right, it's 954-266-6601, and I'm at extension 6194. I actually have a person who works for me that's the administrator of this particular program called the Certified Travel Specialist Program. And her name is Claudia, and she's wonderful. She was a school teacher herself for about 17 or 18 years in Jamaica. And she's lived here for quite a while, though, but she's wonderful. So wonderful to work with, all the new affiliates that come in. This program, love her to death. So, but feel free to call me.
Yeah, I've got the 800 number, too.
That'll be fine. You can give that.
Let me just give an 800 number. Mm-hmm. It's 800-680-0964. 680-0964, and that's 1-800. And then, of course, you can go on their website, which is cruise.com/host-agency, or you still have the dash?
You can take the dash off. You can do it. You can find it either way, host agency or host-agency.
And the interesting thing, as you're talking, we know that there are a lot of people at the age of 70, mm-hmm. and they need to have more money, mm-hmm. and they don't know where to go. Most people are not going to hire them. Mm-hmm. They don't know how to start their own business. And so when I first met you, I mm-hmm. thought, isn't this perfect? Mm-hmm. Even if you're a shy person, it doesn't matter, because you have friends. Mm-hmm. And if you can get your friends to go with you, and then they'll recommend you. So what you're doing, though, is you're giving them details mm-hmm. that they have to abide mm-hmm. by and adhere to. Mm-hmm. And you teach them how to do that. Mm-hmm. And they now are in business for themselves. Now, there is a fee mm-hmm. to get started, isn't there?
There is a fee. What we charge is, and we're not a franchise. So when people think of, I'm starting my business, people think of franchises and franchise fees. Well, we're not a franchise, so we have small fees. So to join this program is $349 for the first year. What we do with that money, though, is we turn around and take that money and we purchase all your classwork for you to get what's called your CLIA certified cruise counselor certification. So we purchase the classwork for you for that, and we purchase your first year CLIA membership, so you don't have to pay for those. And then all of our other training is free, all of it. That fee is it. And when you sell, once we get to the point to where you've done the training and you start selling cruises, we pay an 80-20 commission split. So whatever
Wow.
the commission is on a cruise that you sell, or anything else that you might sell if you're selling pre or post hotel stays for people who have to cruise or shore excursions, we keep 20% of the commission. You keep 80%. There are no other fees. Zero.
So fair.
So there's nothing else with that. And then in the second year, you have an option. You can either stay in this program and the fee drops to $199 a year, but then you pay for your own CLIA membership. CLIA is very important because that's the Cruise Line International Association. That's the big consortium that folks who are in this business belong to. The company, our company, is a premier member of CLIA. That's because we're a premier member, you only pay $65 for your annual membership. So that second year, if you stay in this program, you pay $199. You pay your $65 CLIA membership. Everything else is the same. You've already got your certifications. We've certified you in our technology. You've been certified in CLIA, and you pay your annual CLIA membership, and you can stay in this program. Or if you're successful and you're doing well selling cruises, we have other programs that have been around for years that you can actually move into that even pay an even higher commission splits. So you have the option of staying in this. You can stay in this program forever and pay $199 a year.
And cruise.com, this has been a company that's been around quite a long time.
Cruise.com itself, Cruise.com is a wholly owned subsidiary of Omega World Travel, which is huge. Omega World Travel is based out of Northern Virginia, and for years they've done like corporate and government travel. So in 1998, I believe, I think I'm right, in 1998, Cruise.com was established, and Cruise.com right now is located in Dania Beach. We actually have a corporate headquarters there, and we have a retail operation there. We actually have on-site agents there too, because most of our agents are cyber or remote, and they work around the country, but we actually have agents there for people who want to walk in.
Well, that was my next question, though. If someone doesn't want to work at home and they want to work in an office, can they work at your office?
Well, for our independent contractors, we don't, because there has to be, because of the way independent contractors are paid by commission, we have to have a firewall up between Cruise.com and the independent agents. There's certain things that we're not allowed to do with independent contractors because of the way they're paid, and it's commission-based. So very similar for real estate agents, of which I was a broker for years. So it's the same concept. You're basically looked on as an independent contractor. So there's certain rules as to how you can operate. We don't provide office space for our independent contractors. Most of them work from home. Some of them have little storefronts in strip malls and other places, and so they
Right.
actually have their own office set up. But a lot of them work from home.
Well, let me suggest, because I know somebody that works at the flea market. They have their own little booth there.
Mm-hmm.
And so it seemed to me that they were working with something called Cruise something. I don't remember what it was, but so that's what someone could do. They could have a partner, couldn't they?
Yeah.
Now
and
tell
this,
me how that works.
Yeah.
Do they have to be could they just be a partner with that person, or they have to join you too?
Yeah, in this program, for the Certified Travel Specialist program, because we're bringing people in who have no experience, it's only them. So we don't allow if somebody wants to lick stamps or all of
No, I
something, that's
understand.
fine.
But they have to go through your program.
We have to go through our program. But once they're successful selling and say they want to move into some of our other programs that pay even a higher commission split, they can bring in what's called sub-affiliates. And the folks that work under them and under their name and under their supervision, and actually bring in sub-affiliates. We have affiliates now that have several sub-affiliates. We have husband and wife couples that
makes
do
sense.
it, that do the business. So,
Well, if I ever joined, I want to work under you. I can tell you that much.
Well, if you ever join, everybody works under me. All the independent contractors come under me and my division, and I have a wonderful group of people that perform back office operations for our independent contractors. So the independent contractor can concentrate on selling and doing their invoicing and stuff with their customers, and we help them on the back end. We make sure they get paid. We make sure that their reporting is all done. If they have issues, they have questions, I have a whole staff. We have, if the affiliates are close enough, they can come into our office and sit right next to our folks. And if they're not, they can call us by phone and everything. So we offer full support. We don't just put people out there and say, okay, now sell. We have a whole separate division, which is what you call the host agency division, that is strictly for support of our independent contractors.
So this is really, I think would blow someone's mind. I mean, don't complain that you don't have enough money. Don't complain that you're lonely. This is a way for you to get out there. Now, do any of your associates now bond together? And do they have meetings together so they share things together?
We have a lot of our affiliates who know each other and share information, share training things, and they'll do we have our monthly affiliate event. So that's here. And so we bring in our affiliates. Usually it's the ones that are close enough by, and bring them in, and we bring in presenters, speakers from the cruise industry, from some of these other travel-related groups, and they do presentations. We live stream our monthly affiliate event, and to reach everybody else who can't be there physically. But we use those events. We feed them. We bring them in. We give them food, give them a buffet lunch, and bring the presenters in. And
I think this should be the most successful program for older adults. I mean, I know that younger people are going to come, but in my brain, I'd like to see people in their 60s, 70s, 80s have a new life, travel, make some money. I love this.
Yeah, we actually have
Are there any flaws that I'm not seeing?
We actually have affiliates who, if you're an affiliate in independent contractor, you can sell wherever and whenever you want. You can sell out of the back seat of your car if you wanted to for some reason. All you have to have is a phone and access to the internet. So, but we have affiliates who, a lot of them like to cruise a lot because they're in the industry, and they're on the cruise ships. They buy phone or internet packages, and they're on the ships selling cruises and getting clients and stuff on the cruise ships.
Oh, you're kidding?
No.
Oh,
yeah,
wait,
yeah.
is that allowed?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
You meet people, and then you say, on your next cruise, I want you to talk to me?
Yeah. There's no reason why. There's no reason why. And what's interesting is that we don't, with our independent contractors, we don't take their clients. Like I said, there's a firewall between us and the independent contractors. It's their clients. Their clients come to them. They keep their clients. Even if they have a client that comes to, say, cruise.com and stuff, we can identify them as an affiliate's prior customer and get them back over to the affiliate.
That's so
we
good.
don't.
It's so high standards.
Cruise.com is very, very good about that, of keeping that firewall in place, because we want the affiliates to be successful because we're successful too.
Of course, it'll make you successful.
Right. So there's no reason for us not to do it. And we've always, in fact, on our affiliate Facebook page, we have some testimonials from some of our affiliates who've been around forever, for a long time. And one of the things they say about us is that we're very fair and that we look out for them, and which we do, because we want to keep them. We want them to be happy. We want them to make money. And if you're not going to be fair with your folks who are working for you as independent contractors, you're not going to keep them. Yeah. You're not going to have them, and you're not going to get others. Because trust me, in the travel industry, like a lot of other industries, word gets around. It's word of mouth. So people know if you're treating them fairly or not.
And I just want everyone to know, get your pencils out. This is Pencil Talk Radio. I must tell you, make this phone call. Just meet with them. Meet with Stewart and just see what it's all about. You might have a close girlfriend. You might have a close guy friend. You might have a granddaughter who wants to get involved with this with you. Just think what she has in her school. Anyway, I don't mean 10-year-olds, but I'm saying, in college kids. So call now. It's 800. Got that? 800-680-5800. 0964. Let's do that again. 800-680-0964. That's the phone number. And they can get on the web, and that would be cruise.com/host agency. I think it's that this could make 2018 your lucky year if you do this.
Yeah, and the travel industry is doing very well right now. So this is a great
ships,
time.
I just saw the Viking ship. They have like 3 more ships now, and those. I've always wanted to go on one of those river ships.
River cruises.
River cruises. Have you ever been on one?
I have never been on one. It's on my bucket list to do.
Well, we ought to go do that.
And I know
would love
they
to
are
do
wonderful
that.
because you are you're up close and personal to all the port cities, and typically you stay longer in the ports, sometimes overnight. And the ships are much smaller, 200 people. Maybe you get to know everybody better. Things are a bit more, depending upon the ship, things are a bit more casual and stuff. But you get to see, versus being on the ocean, which I loved. Trust me, I love doing the ocean cruises too. But the river cruise is a completely different setting, and
well,
it's
I'm just
wonderful.
thinking about all my friends. I ought to probably join myself, get my friends to go with me. Anyway, you drive me crazy because I love what you do. But thank you very much, Stuart.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it so
I
much.
really appreciate it.